gonna make it up. Hello and welcome back to the Sports Vehicle Performance YouTube channel. Today you join us with the new project, a Lancia Delta Integrale 16 valve. This has just landed with us straight from the docks to here. We haven't even got it up in the air to have a look, so that's the idea of this video. We're going to be taking a look around it with our resident expert and myself, and yeah, we're going to see what it's like and yeah, go from there. So yeah, we've got this car here now. We're going to take it up in the air and have a look. As you can see, it's bought from a Japanese auction with all these labels on it. Obviously the good thing with buying from Japan is 9 times out of 10 it's pretty solid underneath, mainly because of the salt. Some of the northern regions you've got to be careful buying from though, because they do actually use salt up there. But this car, we're hoping it's pretty solid, so yeah, we'll send it up. Okay, so it's now at this height. We're going to take a look under the arches and see what we can see. So what do we see?
Very original. These are really well known for corroding and rotting out.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I should know about it. We've got the other one over there in the doorway, and I had to change the inner arch just over there. We'll show you that one underneath in a separate video. That's all finished now. But yeah, this is in very good condition, put it that way.
I mean, it's 35 years old, wow. So that's not bad. There's no sill covers on it, yeah, which is good because it means we can see straight away that there's the condition of the sills.
Yep.
Externally, they look very good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just...
See, there's no signs of previous repair.
No, it's all very original. Front's got the arch liners in, so we can't see too much properly, but that's good because that's all original as well. Original wheels, hasn't got daft lowering springs on it by the look of it. Yeah. Just the bump stops get hammered on these anyway, and that's all that's left of the bump stop. That's fairly normal.
Yeah,
nothing there.
The wheels could do with a little refurb.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that one there's got a bit of a mark on it. Tyres are all...
Oh yeah. Yokohama, typical Japanese.
Don't know what year the tyres are. 2009?
Yeah.
So one set of tyres on it.
Yeah.
Let's look at the sill the other side.
Around the other side.
Japanese number plate holders. A little crack in the base behind it. Badges.
Yeah, badges are all faded.
Japanese badge there as well. I don't know what that is.
New rear half the exhaust. This arch again is amazing condition for these. It's just all original.
Even all the little returns on it, like they're all just...
It's just as it left the factory.
Yeah.
You know, there's bits that want tidying and cleaning, but...
You know, a dry ice blast would sort a lot of that out, to be honest. Obviously brake pipes and stuff, they're actually all in quite good condition. It's got braided hoses on. Yeah. There, so
tiny little hole at the front there.
Just trying to have a look at the camera.
It's almost nothing. That's amazing to be that good.
No,
for one of these, that's nothing, is it?
Yeah. So once a pair of front, all the front edges in here are all really good. I mean, that's all original. You know, you're only original once, and that's original. Little piston there.
Yeah, the paintwork isn't great. We'll lower it down after and show you more of the paintwork. Obviously this is the issue with Japanese cars, they're normally solid underneath, but when it comes to the paintwork, with the sun they get bleached and it does take a bit of an effect on the lacquer, which is probably one of the worst things about this car and where the money will be in it, you know, putting it right. So yeah, we'll send it up to have a good look underneath the rest of it.
A 16 valve, which was really the third, depending on how fussy you are, the third version of these. There's the HF 4x4. Then there was the first Integrale, which was 8 valve. This is then followed the 8 valve. This is the 16 valve version. More power, different torque split in the gearbox, wider wheels, different bonnet, a few other bits and pieces. Fundamentally the same car. This being a non-Evo, these are just a pressed steel arm, whereas the Evos are boxed in, much stronger.
And the roll bar's different on these,
roll bars, it's completely different on a non-Evo to an Evo, and the floor's all reinforced here on an Evo. And the top mounts
are raised, aren't they? Yep.
There's a bit of corrosion there, which is where brake fluid has spilt down.
Yeah, we've repaired that before, haven't we?
Again, that's not a difficult repair at all.
Just about, yeah.
But that's incredible to only have this much. It's just
even
so original.
The front panel here is
you can see that, can't you?
That's just all original.
And all up here they normally go. Yeah. You get the camera up there, look how nice that is there. We've seen them here with holes and all behind the engine mount and stuff like that. So no, it is really in good condition underneath.
Like I say,
this is the first time we're looking underneath it, by the way, so we're still kind of taking it all in, just like trying to see it for ourselves for the first time.
Wants a sump gasket, but that's fairly common.
What Lancia doesn't want a sump gasket? That's the thing.
It's not, to be honest, with not knowing the car, it's worth dropping the sump off when you do an oil change on it, just to sort of see.
Some sort of silicone or something.
But we've literally driven the car in, and it does feel really sweet. It feels nice and tight and all together.
Nice. It doesn't make any noises it shouldn't.
We'd obviously want a cam belt on it, so we don't know the history of that. But the rest of the engine, all of these normally leak. They're bone dry.
Yeah,
true.
Sensors, yeah.
It's got new oil lines on it.
Wow.
It's got air conditioning radiator. It's got 2 radiators.
Typical
it's got bigger air
Japanese, because it's a non-sunroof as well, which is really rare on these. And obviously it's got aircon, so in Japan it was quite warm. So
gearbox and diff are very dry. This is just like light surface corrosion, just wants
like
cleaning off.
Yeah, just a quick clean.
The clutch feels good. On it. Yeah, it's got a cat. Not really sure about that, but
no.
That could soon be removed. There's a sensor on it. There's that sill again. It's also been jacked up in the wrong place.
Yeah, and it's obviously gone.
It's just made the paint go through, and then obviously water can ingress through where the paint's come away. Obviously, that's not the right jacking point.
No,
but I mean the rest of the sills look how original they are.
Yeah, that is.
You know, it's just
immaculate,
nice and straight. They're not been messed about with, apart from that one section. Like you said, the exhaust is new. Remember the back up here, so that's all quite nice.
Fuel tanks plastic, they're always good. You don't get corrosion problems with them. So the straps do corrode. You can buy new ones of these, but these are really good.
Are these tanks different to the Evos? Or?
No, it's
the same tank.
Yeah, and the rear diff is the same as an Evo.
Yeah.
That's all the original underseal on it. Little weak from a drive shaft seal there.
Yep.
It's just normal service items,
these
really.
Are common, aren't they, for season?
Yeah. Handbrake calipers are known for seizing. That one does just about move. And that one moves, so they're probably alright. Again, it's lack of salt.
That moves.
Yeah. You'll struggle to do it with it on full truth. But that's the bolt-on bit that's rusty there. That's not actually part of the body.
No,
and the other place that they rot are up here, and that's just got light surface on it.
Yeah, definitely.
And this side they rot really badly because that's where the scream wash bottle is, and when you top it up, it leaks.
And it's
that
actually
really good.
better.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
No, it is in. Well, I say surprisingly good condition. Obviously, you half expect it from Japan, but no, it is for a Lancia. With
you don't see
for a
Lancia.
European
Integrale.
Never like this. So.
They've all been rebuilt like that one has.
Yeah. That's what has to happen. Because the salt eats them through. Yeah, so we'll come down. We'll have just a look around the inside of it and the exterior, the paintwork and things like that.
Japanese Evolutions have non-evolution headlights. So that's the Evo headlight.
So I'll show them that.
But Japan, they have these on the Evo. I don't know the reason why, but that's just part of the rules. So the paint on the bonnet's not great. It's just bleach. From the sun.
You can see some.
There's just like blisters and what you'll see there on the wings.
This headlight is.
Here. I think there is some interesting things going on those headlights.
A few little. This one's definitely got a bit more than the other ones.
It's almost like something. It's almost like someone's had an aerial in there.
Yeah.
Another Japanese thing.
A few blisters on the panel.
Yeah. That's quite common to the aerial in the rear quarter there.
Yep.
That's another Japanese market. Pop the bonnet.
The bonnet release is broken.
Always good.
Stay up, Tom. Again, corrosion, which is the main thing for these. This is just it's
solid as they come, really.
Yeah, typical Japanese. They put extra earth in everything. Every Japanese car we see has got earth everywhere.
If you remember the minis on the channel, we saw the same on them. We see it on all Japanese imports. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it.
The battery's gone.
So
no battery tray there.
No battery tray, but all the cables are there, so you can soon put the battery back in its original position. Air conditioning. It wants a cam belt on it.
Cam cover refurb.
These tidied up would transform the whole engine bay.
Again,
really.
ice blast it all, but everything is.
Yeah. Honestly, an ice blast under here would make it, really, really close
box, original intercooler.
That's what's great about it. It hasn't been too messed with.
Especially considering it's been to Japan as well.
Yeah. There's another thing inside that we've spotted that is very Japanese.
Yeah.
We'll take a look.
All these earths and wires for lights and stuff like that as well. The Japanese are mad for it. It's even got the bulkhead in, which most cars it's taken out of.
Yeah, because they fall apart.
Yeah,
this one's starting to go, but
and they're they're easier to work on with the bulkhead out. You can just get at stuff.
Like down the back of the inlet and stuff like that. You can see how tight it is there with that in.
Right, I'll come round.
You go around that side if you want. And then you'll see it's got the black, very, you know, Italian looking black leather. But obviously the driver's seat is actually a passenger seat, and it's the Alcantara. So you can tell it's that as well from the wear on this bolster.
And the knobs on that
But
side.
also, the adjusters on the side on the wrong side. So it's a weird Japanese thing. They always swap the driver's seat. Normally they put a bucket seat in, so at least it is a Lancia seat. But yeah, a bit of an odd one that. I don't know why they do that, but you know, inside it's like the dash.
Aftermarket radio as well.
It's not cracked and stuff, considering the sun could be on it.
And it's aftermarket radio, but they don't. Lancia didn't make a standard size fitting like everybody else in the dash. Everybody else used DIN E. It was the standard for it, and Lancia just decided they don't want to do that. They'll make them their own size. So radios don't fit Lancia dashboards.
Oh, nice mirror as well.
Yeah, nice aftermarket mirror.
Yeah, at least that
non-sunroof.
quite easily.
Yeah.
Yep, true. And they said non-sunroof.
Another thing, if anyone's not ever sat in the back of a Lancia, you don't want to. And
I'll come round
right now. If you look at the height of these seats, and genuinely, I think they're worse on these leathers than they are in the back of that one. Like,
so how tall are you? You're 6.
I'm about 6 foot, and my head, like I can't sit up. I have to sit like this. So if I'm pushing into the headline, and I'm not even sitting up. So yeah,
be safe
don't ever sit in the back of a Lancia. Your neck will be cricked by the time you get 10 minutes down the road.
Typical 90s.
Oh yeah,
Speakers in the shelf. Not actually connected to
No,
anything.
they're not.
But,
And there's the
typical
battery.
Japanese battery in the boot.
We've got the shopping cart screwed into the floor. And a lid.
Yeah.
Tupperware.
And there's the screen wash bottle. That's always a good one.
That looks really nice. A lot of
You
fittings
give
on
the apprentice a job on Integrale is go and fill the screen wash up and let them disappear for half an hour trying to find it. Space saver spare wheel and jack and toolkit.
all the toolkit's still there.
So,
Yeah, because the Evos have what was the parcel shaft difference?
they have a hump in there because it's a bigger wheel, so they have a bigger spare wheel.
Yep.
So that falling off is normal, but
And it's all still intact, so it could easily be refitted.
but overall a really good base car.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't need a lot spending on it.
But if you wanted to make a concourse car, you could.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make
At the end of the day, it is a
usable
Lancia.
car,
you could make it as a rally car because it's
Yeah.
non-sunroof
Yeah.
and it's good straight
A few
car.
bits of the paint there as well.
Yeah. Especially with historics now in rally, and these are legal
Yeah.
to build one of these.
This could run with a big restrictor as well. I think this could possibly have a 38mm restrictor.
Yep. So there's lots of options for it. So it's quite an interesting project. We'll have to kind of talk with, you know, the owner and decide where to go from here, how far we want to go with it. Is it going to be a full concourse car? Is it just going to be do the bits you need doing, use it, enjoy it, or where we're going to go with it? So
Got Evo wiper arms on it.
yeah. So yeah, you know, overall happy with the purchase, and yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting project. Keep a lookout on the channel for what's in store for the car, and yeah, we'll keep you updated, and we'll let you know if we get anywhere with it.
These are not so clean. They're not.
Yeah.
They get surface rust on them over here.
Yeah. So I think that's it really. So thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We will bring you a video on this one that we've finished the restoration on. That's the Evo 1. We'll go more into that in another video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.